Jocelyn. I am a certified Wattpad reader, and if you're a Wattpad addict like me too, this video is for you. Throughout this video, I'll give 10 Wattpad authors that you should follow and read their works. But before we move into the video, I'm going to share first my journey of being a Wattpad reader. But if you're not interested, you can skip this part. So I became a Wattpad reader since 2016. I was only 13 years old at that time. Since I was young, I love reading books, and when I was in grade 8, 13 years old at that time, my classmates would bring a packet box and let me borrow. Since that, I got really hooked up with romance books. And second grading, our teacher decided to change our seating arrangements in a classroom. I met this girl. She is a Wattpad reader. She's an addict in Wattpad. But yeah, she tells me a lot about Wattpad, how fascinating it is. And that's the start of me being the Wattpad reader. First ever Wattpad story that I have read is written by Nerdy Iril. I'm going to put her account here too. Her books is really good, especially when you are just starting to read Wattpad stories. Her works is about bad boys, typical student, high school, nerds. Its genre are fanfiction and teen fiction. Her stories is also inspired by the Cat Meal. When I was reading her stories, her works is I was imagining Katniel. First ever story that I read is I Miss Tutor. It made me cry a lot. It's the first ever story that made me kilig, inspired, made me laugh, and also made me cry. And every story that I read, it leave a lesson that love shouldn't be a distraction. It should be an inspiration. So if you haven't read the story, read it right now. Next is at Jenna. Nabasa ko lang ng story niya a few days ago, and it's still fresh on my mind. My favorite story that she wrote is The Everline Cross. I love it super. It's about brat, rich family, the boss, and also about pagpapanggap. And reading that story taught me a lesson that we should not accuse someone without a proof. Kung meron man, we should dig deeper and investigate more. And I also learned that we should step out of our comfort zone and learn to explore the world so that we will know how to stand by ourselves. The second is the Every Step Away. It's a series. It is connected to the first one earlier. I am super relate in this story. She's a girl of a divorced parent. She's a daughter of a divorced parents. And it tackles about the struggle, the pain that she felt throughout her journey. And through that story, nakahanap ako ng kakampi. Kasi I've been there. The third one is dsheenx. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. But I love her works. Her works is about underground business. She actually has a series about it. It's also about assassin, boss, mafia, and many more. The story that I would recommend from her work is the Falling for Mr. Madman. If you love stories about sugar daddies, this story is for you. So if you haven't read it or hindi pa siya napapollow, please follow her and visit her Wattpad account. She has a lot of stories about underground business and mafia. If you are into that, her stories is for you guys. Don't worry, that author doesn't like tragic stories because for her, it is an unfinished if it's tragic. One is at Day Maureen. I so love her stories. It's about señorita and señorito, the typical hasyendero and hasyendera. Her stories is parang the more you hate, the more you love. Galit na galit, pero hulog na hulog. Favorite story from her works is The Blooming Rose in the Dusky Sky. I love how she make her title. Super kakaiba. Title pa lang, mapapatanong ka na, mapapaisip ka na. So, pag gusto mo yung bawal na pag-ibig because of their family, this story is for you. The fifth one is At Your Hope Castellana. Her books is all about brothers. It's a series. Her genres are romance. My fave story from her works is the famous one, Castellion Brothers Series number 1, First Castellion. If you are into a big age gap, pag yung girl yung nagkahabol, tapos nab yung guy, it's also keeping his feelings, young love and teenage pregnancy. Click and read it right now. Super, ang age gap niya kasi, para siya ding pedophile and adophile story. So, if you're into that, that story is for you. At si Oniko, I love all of her stories. Iniyakan ko lahat kasi sobrang genuine ng male character. Lahat ng story niya ay super fave ko. Pinantay ko pa yung pangatlo ngayon. Hindi pa siya tapos and I hope mag-update na si author. All of her story is connected. It's actually a series ng magkakapatid from Akira's Happiness. It's about kidnapping, age gap, mas matanda yung girl. Tapos, si girl na naghahabol. And also, the favorite one ng mga Wattpad reader, the Taguan ng Anak series. The second one is Veronica's Terror. I so love it. Male character naman yung naghahabol. Gagi girl, napahagulgul ako nang sinabi niyang, mga gusto ko pang mabuhay. Tumatak talaga yun sa isip ko. Seventh is Zane 199X. The way she wrote her story is like the old version of Wattpad. Kumbaga, she's one of the oldest writer. Yung pinakamatagal ng writer in Wattpad. Her stories catch my attention kasi sobrang mapanakit. Taguan ng anak, if typical hasyendero, magkalabang ang candence. Then, my favorite one, Taking Revenge. Mapapaiyak ka talaga. Please do read her stories. I would recommend The Trespasser Bella. Sobrang ganda nun. Taking Revenge. If you're into that kind of stories, then what are you doing? Click it. 8 is At First Bay. Her stories is about forbidden love, incest love, yung tipong magkapatid, and magpinsan, magkadugo, something like that. Girl, that story is for you. If you're into that, ano pa inaantay mo? Like, ako din, I'm into that. Pero I'm not, like, wala lang. I love the twist. I love how they fight for their love for each other. Parang ganon. And, super. It also an erotic one. Sorry. If you are into that kind of stories, then visit her account. Girl, what are you doing? Read it right now. 9th is at Ancient_Dream 101. Her stories is about romance, forbidden love, obsessed. My fave from her works is my ex-husband, Drake Olivares. Iniyakan ko yan girl. I reread it last night and still, kung ano yung na-feel ko nung first basa ko niyan, ganun pa rin yung feeling ko kagabi. Umiyak pa din ako, girl. Mugdo yung mata ko. And it's about failed marriage, divorce, pagpapanggap, second chance love. Taguan ng anak also. Last one from our list is our Curly Tops 0817. I've read her story for like 1,000,000 times already, pero hindi pa din ako nagsasawa. Kaya't paulit-ulit ko nang binabasa. Her works is about military, president's son, bodyguards, millionaire, politics, and age gap. Grabe yung age gap nila dyan. Mga 20 years, parang may mga ganun. If you're into that kind, girl, click it right now. Also, ang sarap umiyak sa story niya. Most favorite story from her work is The President's Son, Lieutenant Julio Miguel Bustamante. That guy is a cadet, US cadet. Tapos, the girl is a beauty queen. She's actually a Miss Universe. And yun, they met and like, boom girl, ayun na. Thank you for watching and staying here in my channel. I hope you enjoy reading all of my recos. If you want another recos, don't hesitate to comment down below. Happy reading, everyone!